Hello friends, in this introduction to microcontroller, we will learn what is a microcontroller, where it is used, what are its input, output and display components, what is the difference between a microcontroller and a microprocessor chip, what is the internal structure of a microcontroller, principle of operation and what is required to develop your own applications with a microcontroller. You can convert your innovative technical ideas to smart products easily with the microcontrollers. Now, where do we find microcontrollers? Microcontrollers are used in appliances like microwave ovens, washing machines, medical equipments, cameras, routers, robots, drones, toys, audio video systems, etc. to automate their operations. Now, these are the pictures of some appliances where the microcontroller is used. Now, what is a microcontroller? A microcontroller can be considered as a self-contained tiny computer system with a processor, program memory, and peripherals that can be used to automate appliances. The required software is embedded in the controller's read-only memory itself. Now, this is the block diagram of a microcontroller. In this, you can see the various circuits used inside the IC chip. The first one is a central processing unit CPU. Now the CPU acts as the brain of the microcontroller. It interprets and executes the program stored in the ROM. It contains an ALU, that is arithmetic logic unit, to perform all arithmetic and logic operations in the program, and a control unit to generate various command signals to synchronize internal operations of the microcontroller. Now these buses are group of wires interconnecting various internal components of the microcontroller. It acts as a means of data transfer between them. These I/O ports which you see are used to communicate with external devices like sensors, actuators, displays and switches. All these ports are bidirectional. They can take inputs from outside as well as give outputs to external devices and displays. Now, timers and counters. Timers are used to generate internal delays required for the program. The timing required for serial communication is generated by the timer. Counters are used to count external pulses. These timers can be configured as counters. For example, if you have an access control system, you can use this to count the number of people entering a conference hall. For all operations, microcontrollers require a program. The program guides the microcontroller to perform the specific task. This program loaded in the ROM of the microcontroller is used for running the program. We are writing this program into the ROM using a memory writing device. RAM is the random access memory. This stores data and operates for short duration. The data is lost when the system is switched off. Interrupts are signals which call attention of the processor when needed. When an interrupt occurs, the processor stops the current program temporarily and goes to run the interrupt service routine. After completing the interrupt service routine, the processor comes back to the program which was running earlier. Oscillator, a crystal which is attached to the microcontroller, gives the required clock signals for the operation of the CPU. Now, working of the microcontroller is like this. A microcontroller is embedded inside a system to control the function of the device by interpreting the data it receives from various sensors. The information it receives is stored in its internal registers or memory to take decisions during processing and send out commands to external actuators like motors, relays, contactors, etc. to handle the task. Now, in the center you find the microcontroller. Various external input devices like a variety of sensors, switches, potentiometers, etc. you can connect to the microcontroller. It takes data from this. And also you can attach a keypad if you want to input the numeric data. The data which it receives from sensors and switches is processed by the microcontroller, and it generates commands for the servo motors, stepper motors, etc. And it give status of the system to various output devices like LEDs, 7 segments display, or small LCD displays, or analog device, meters, buzzers, or speakers. The data generated by this microcontroller can be sent to a PC or a laptop also. We can also transmit the data using radio link. So these are the various input, output, and display components used in this one. Microcontrollers are versatile chips because of their ability to receive inputs from various sensors like current sensor, temperature sensor, light sensor, pressure sensor, humidity sensor, accelerometer, etc. It can control different devices like servo motor, stepper motor, relays, and contactors. Microcontrollers normally use LEDs and small LCDs to show messages and status. Now, what is the difference between microprocessors and microcontrollers? Microprocessors are the brain of any computer like your laptop or desktop. It needs memory and many peripheral ICs to work. And they are big in size and consume good amount of power, very fast. They have operating systems and you can install any general purpose program and run it in your PCs. Whereas a microcontroller is a small microprocessor with the built-in peripherals like memory, timer, serial and parallel ports, etc. in the same IC. A customized program is loaded in the read-only memory of the microcontroller, and it starts running as soon as the equipment is switched on. It's very small size and it consumes very little power. Now, to program your microcontroller, you need to have a software called Integrated Development Environment. You can download it from the internet. Examples of the IDEs are Keel, MPLab, etc. You can write your code in C, basic or assembly language. After writing the code, you can run and debug the program in the IDE itself. After correcting all the errors, the program can be compiled into a binary file. The binary file can be written to the microcontroller using special memory writing devices. This is a microcontroller programming setup. You can see the memory writing device, which is an external device which you can buy from online. After developing the program in your PC, the binary file you can download to this and write to the microcontroller which is placed in this slot. After writing the program, the microcontroller can be used in your equipment. Microcontrollers of various flavors are manufactured by different manufacturers like PIC, Atmega, ARM, and according to your requirement, you can select a microcontroller from a variety of microcontrollers available under each of these families. Friends, if you like this video, kindly share this video with your friends. Also, you can give a thumbs up. Kindly subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Thank you.